Hey everyone, hope everything is going well. You guys and gals know that drill. Smash that like button, subscribe if you haven't, and comment down below. Follow me on Instagram at AIH underscore sports. Follow me on my finance channel at AIH Finance. Now, this week, I probably won't do a live stream. I'm still under the weather. So, I could talk 10 minutes, fine, but hour stream, probably not. So maybe next week I may bring on a guest or two. I'll have to see my schedule. I think it's what is it? President's Day next Monday. I think I'm off. I have to double check. Anyways, I wanted to get into this topic that I got and talked to LFC Gooner Miles. He's on Instagram. He's an avid soccer fan, and he still collects every sport out there. He likes hockey too, from my understanding. And he's been on my program once, and we're talking about, hey, look, I know you think there's a lot of, you could say, fraudulent behavior in the industry, which I think there is, right? He thinks there's less than what I think, but regardless, we both know that there's something up with these good old boy network guys, right? And now we're just thinking, like, how can you deal with arbitrage in this time frame? And I was thinking about it. I was telling him, hey, look, there could be some pops, Funko Pops, that are underneath the radar. That's one of the things that I was thinking of. But also, and they're scarce and high, and that would receive a high grade. And some of the older pops out there. Some people think it's stupid. I don't think it is. I think very few amount of pops can actually be good arbitrage, by the way. I don't think grading them in general will make people money unless they want to collect. That's different. Now, we're just talking about, hey, like, how do you come up with that thrill of, buying a card and then eventually selling it, maybe 6 months down the road, a month down the road, and you make money? I mean, obviously, everyone's going to collect to a certain degree, but, they want to make money on the side, right? Side hustle. And I was thinking, okay, this economic environment, yeah, I do think that all markets are going to go up for the next year or so, but I still have my doubts. And I still have my doubts, sometime after what, summer of 2024. And I'm going to talk more about this on my finance channel. Let me get some water here. So, on my finance channel, I'm going to talk more about this, but I used to talk about the euro dollar futures market. And long story short, you don't want future yields that are lower than current yields. That shows you that, hey, economic pain is probably going to be on the horizon. And those yields, as of right now, as of December, they're inverted, meaning those rates are lower than current rates for the euro dollars, which are basically dollar deposits overseas. Now, I don't want to talk too much about this on this channel, but it just shows me that we probably will have more stress in the economy. And if you're looking at, hey, look, people's rents have gone up like crazy. I was talking about it, I think, in a live stream where I live. So, for instance, a townhome rental from my barber, what she's telling me, in an okay area, $1,700 for about a few bedrooms, right? Few bathrooms. Then the landlord said, "Oh, we're gonna raise it $2,400." So then they're like, "We're out. We're gonna buy property instead." Why would I rent when I could just pay, you know, the same amount or a little less if I just, take money out? So people have to pay more for rent. People have to pay more for the groceries right now. So when you're looking at all of this, is that going to be good for the sports card market, 1+ years out down the road? Maybe for the next year or so, Fed pausing and, green shoots. So I do see that is good news for sports cards and the whole markets in general. And I also talk about, hey, the bonds are going to rally, lower interest rates on the 10-year yield. That should be good for collectibles. Once again, I'm going to do more of a video on that over there because I don't want to talk too much about this here on this channel. People usually get annoyed. So I'm just thinking, hey, look, I believe even though the markets are going to go up next year or so, I do expect major pain. And since I do expect major pain in a year and a half, whatever that is, I want to look at auctions where I could see if they're totally weak and the comps are way below. I mean, I usually don't like comps, but if the prices are way below 2021 levels, if it's an 80% haircut, it's not that expensive, I may want to take a risk, right? I think one card that I bought last year and people were desperate to sell, markets were tanking and people are just be like, hey, I need money coming in. This 1966 top CSG with Willie Mays, McCovey, Billy Williams of the Cubs, CSG 5. This I saw, I paid $10 and with shipping plus transactions, $15. Latest sale was about $27. Now, that being said, just because it's one sale doesn't mean that this card is worth $27, but I'm looking at weak auctions where if I wanted to sell it right now, I'm pretty sure I could get more than $15. Now, I don't plan to sell it right now, but if I were forced to. And I know people laugh at me for diving into the low end, but I don't want to over lever myself right now. There were cards where I was able to take $100 and turn it into a $3,000 profit. That's the pandemic for you. I'm not confident that I will see those returns. So I don't want to be as aggressive. And also, I told you a lot of my savings went to repairs in my home. So, I had to change my strategy as well because of that too. So this 1998, 1999 UD Choice Preview MGA NBA Final Shots number 4, CSG 9. I really like this card, right? But it's not a card that people, buy up. I got this $5 shipped to my home while everything was like crashing and burning. So like things like this, gradually eyeball auctions. I've been looking at some Marvel cards too that have taken a huge dip. I mean, huge dip, right? All the Marvel pumpers are gone. I'll be talking about this soon. But when I see these auctions right now, I want to look at very weak auctions. And if everything, if SHTF, in my opinion, I still want to get a decent price where at best I break even or I make a profit if I'm forced to liquidate. So that's my strategy. I know people will mock the low end, but ultimately, in the past, I have bought cards, over $1,000, right? Yeah, you call that the mid end. Some people don't. Just depends where people are financially. So, my strategy moving forward, where I do believe the market's going to go higher, but still, it's a tale of two cities, basically, right? Ultra rich, and then a lot of middle class people are getting hosed with higher housing costs, higher food costs. So eventually, to make payment for their goods, you're going to see some weak auctions out there. It's not going to be like 2020 where people are just at home getting stimulus checks and blowing the money on cards. No, those days are over, right? So that's what I'm looking at. And ultimately, I want to buy when there's total blood on the streets. With this great reset people are talking about, if I am in a financially strong position, I want to buy when a lot of people are going to be freaking out. But that's me. Anyways, guys and gals, let me know what you think. Remember to smash that like button, subscribe if you haven't, comment down below. Thank you. Bye.